So I love where this conversation's going.
Yeah.
So I want to take it a little bit back to what you mentioned earlier this morning.
You love where it's going, but you want to take it back?
Well, expand on it, because this is new to me about learning about living in the space of just letting the path unfold.
Yeah, isn't it? It's new to everyone because you've been so micromanagers.
Yeah, we've been doing so much, and now we've been able to manage our vibration.
You're still going to do.
So it feels good.
You're going to do plenty. Action is going to be a big part of all of this.
Right.
But inspired action is a whole different deal, isn't it?
Yes. So the last 2 weeks, I just had this hit that that's what has been happening in my life. My wife was gone. My focus was different. And all of a sudden, the momentum around me has just been huge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where'd that come from? Where'd that come from? And it's things that I didn't consciously ask for, but I must have along the way somewhere.
Didn't consciously ask for, but step one, I put him in the vortex.
Right.
I put them there. Step two is Source lined them up, shored them up, gave more energy to them, got more momentum going, brought more of the cooperative components together, shined a big spotlight on it and said, ta-da!
Right.
And now I, for whatever reason, which is something you might want to think about, was in a state of greater allowance, and therefore it was easier for the vortexual thoughts to turn to manifestational things or inspiration or...
The word is ease. There has not been that efforting or even...
Because the path comes to you. It's law of law of attraction. The path comes to you.
Okay.
The path comes to you. If you're looking for it, if you're efforting for it, then you're introducing resistance that makes it a slower, harder, less pleasant deal.
So it's like that's the essence of the step 4 living, is
Step 4 living.
allowing the path to unveil
Well,
itself.
step 1, ask, you know about that. Step 2, source answers. It's all in there, you know about that. Step 3 is all this stuff we've been talking about here today, creating the vibrational environment that makes it likely conducive that you will realize, because you're on the vibrational wavelength of the path. And step 4 is being there more of the time.
Yeah.
Step 4 is just trusting that. Step 4 is understanding what the process really is. Step 4 living is not freaking out, not wobbling, not panicking, and not efforting.
Exactly.
It's allowing, it's believing, it's accepting, it's knowing, it's trusting. It's vibrational mastery. Vibrational mastery.
Yeah.
Emotional mastery. Yeah. It's good,
That's
isn't
good.
it?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Something more?
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Esther would like us to convey to you that she likes your shirt.
Thank you.
Well, got to give her something, right? Stand in a place of vibrational alignment with who you really are. And in this atmosphere, it's really conducive to you finding the atmosphere that puts you in that state of allowing that movement from vibration into reality. And do you sort of get it, that it's a realizing thing? That it's a realizing thing? It's a timing thing? It's being in the right place at the right time, which is a realizing thing? In other words, if you get an impulse to go somewhere and you hold back because of some responsibility that you feel about something else so you don't go, that's not good timing. But if you feel a passion, compelling desire to move in the direction of something and you go, you will rendezvous with all that you were feeling as you felt that compelling, passionate impulse to go. So we're talking about vibration, yeah, blah, 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 blah. We know how you feel about that. And we're talking about law of attraction. Law of attraction, important to understand when you're talking about vibration. Blah, 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 blah. You know about law of attraction. Tired of talking about law of attraction and vibration. But now we are talking about vibration and law of attraction and momentum. Esther's standing at the top of the hill in San Francisco looking down. She can't believe cars actually drive on those hills. Imagine your car's perched up there. You take it out of gear, the parking brake's off, and you say, wonder what would happen if I just bumped this car just a little bit. Wonder what would happen. Well, you don't wonder very long because you know what would happen, because you know about gravity. You know about the momentum in gravity, don't you? So you bump it a little and it starts to move, and then you think, oh, wait, never mind. And you stand right out in front of it and you let it bump up against you, and it stops right there. easy to stop momentum in the early stages, isn't it? But you wouldn't want to be down there at the bottom of that hill trying to, never mind, I didn't mean it. Because once momentum gets going, manifestation ensues in a way that your scientists and your doctors and your statisticians and all of you who are aware of reality, as you call it, you say, oh, that momentum makes this unstoppable. And we say, well, really, there is no momentum that is not changeable. But it is so much easier to do it in the early subtle stages than it is after momentum ensues. So that's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about vibration. We want to talk about law of attraction. We want to talk about momentum. We want to talk about your guidance system. And we want you to leave this gathering all full of yourself, determined that you're going to do the thing, the only thing that matters, which is tend to your vibrational atmosphere. Do whatever it takes to get yourself in that good feeling place where you are allowing what you want to flow in. But here's the piece. Here's the piece that if you can hear this, you're going to live happily ever after. It's not just creating the atmosphere that allows it to turn from thoughts to things, because that's you focused upon the outcome, isn't it? Oh yeah, if I can get that outcome, I'm willing to do it. We want you to take your eye off the manifested outcome just for a little while. That manifested, park it in the garage, put it in your bed, put it in the bank manifestation that you're looking for. We want you to step away from that big time manifested outcome that you're looking for and focus upon an easy to achieve in this moment manifested outcome of, that thought just feels good. Because the emotion that you feel when you accomplish this atmosphere that is conducive to allowing your desires to flow seamlessly, non-resisted into your reality, feels so good as it's happening. It's the emotion we want you to go for, because the emotion you can accomplish now. The other outcome is going to take a little bit more momentum. And when you're looking for the big outcome, we love you so much, you know what's coming next, you usually peter out. You usually don't maintain your stance. If you say, I'll be happy, and a lot of you do, I'll be happy when I move into my dream house, and I'll be happy when I find my lover, and I'll be happy when I get enough money, I'll be happy when the kids leave home. I'll be happy when, and we say, you're holding yourself in a place of suspended not happiness if your happiness is dependent upon those conditions. So you've been hearing people talk about unconditional love for a long time, but hardly anybody gets it. Most everybody's living a very conditional love. I'll be happy, I'll feel love, I'll feel good, I'll feel alignment when that condition has manifested. And we say, that is so backwards. If you need the condition before you can feel good, then what are you going to do about the conditions that haven't yet manifested? You've got to find a way to unconditionally feel good. You've got to find a way to unconditionally feel good. So, when you think a thought, law of attraction brings you another one like it if you think that thought for 17 seconds. And you begin to feel the momentum of that thought. Think another thought, hold that thought there. Another thought joins it, and another, until you have substantial momentum. And when you hold those thoughts about what you want without the contradictory thought of where is it, when's it going to come, I don't know how this is going to work out. When you aren't doing that, but you are just focused upon what you want, and we'll talk a lot today about how to accomplish that, then your thoughts proceed with law of attraction's help in an unwavering, unwobbling fashion. But if you think about what you want a little, and then you notice that it isn't there, while you're not thinking both of those thoughts at the same time because you can't, you're pretty fast at the way you think. I want it, but I want it, but I want it, but I want it, but I want it, but. So I want it, but you are introducing into your habit of thought, into your atmosphere that you are creating, what we're wanting to call the wobble factor. I want it, but little wobble in the early stages of little desires. Sort of kind of want that, and I sort of kind of don't believe it, and there's sort of kind of a little wobble here. But if you want it and doubt it a little, and want it and doubt it a little, and want it and doubt it a little, and want it and doubt it, pretty soon those thoughts have grown in your habit of thought, and now you've got a big-time wobble going on, don't you? That big-time wobble going on is the one that we're talking about, that then it takes so much effort. You try so hard. You really, really want to create your own reality. We know that you do. But we want to show you how to do it in a much easier fashion. We want to show you how to take the wobble out early on. We want to help you to understand what unconditional love, what unconditional alignment, unconditional wobble freeness really is all about. It's about focus, but it's about focusing and feeling. And it's about finding a way to stop beating up on yourself for what's not done. It's about not beating up on anybody else for whatever's going on too. It's about caring so much about your stability, about your alignment with who you are. We've done a pretty good job here today, just now, of convincing you that your work is the art of allowing yourself a frequency that allows what you've asked for to flow easily into your experience in perfect timing, so that the path is just unfolding and unfolding. And people will be watching you and they'll say, "Oh, what's going on with you? You feel like you got something good going on. You're feeling ease or something. It's like you're not worried about anything anymore." And you say and really mean, there is nothing for me ever to worry about, ever, because things are always working out for me. They always have been, but now they really are because I'm out of my own way. Well, what do you mean? They'll say. Well, it's a long story. Well, tell it to me. Well, there's this law. It's called law of attraction. Nothing feels better than to feel your own empowerment and to project it deliberately. Nothing feels better than to be the uplifter that you were born to be and to get to witness the results of your upliftment. It is so delicious to be in your physical bodies, getting to experience the full-blown manifestation of your thoughts. Creativity just doesn't get any more delicious than that. This conversation, this ongoing conversation that we have here in these forums, truly is the leading edge of all that is. Because the life that you have lived has cued you up to the place that the next logical sequence of events happens. And to be consciously cued so that you are aware of it as it happens is what we most desire for you. Jerry was all the time saying to us, "Abraham, but what do you want? What's in this for you? What do you get out of this? What is your desire?" And we say to you powerfully today that it is our desire that now you have rested in this vibration of complete alignment, that you notice in the days that unfold, that are coming up next, the evidence of what you accomplished here. Making that association will set you on the path of never again being afraid of anything and being eager about anything. We want you to know that there is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. There is nothing that is off limits for you. There is nothing that's too big for you or too great for you or out of reach for you. There is nothing that you cannot experience. But you want to bless the experiences that help you to parlay your desire to greater and greater heights. Because the more you allow yourself to dream and desire, then the more possibilities of the full experience of all of that. You can't get it wrong, and you will never get it done. And our friend explained it to you better than we have ever. It's all for fun, it's all for fun, it's all for fun, it's all for fun, it's all for fun. It's all for fun. It's all for fun. It's all for fun and clarity. It's all for fun and clarity.